My name is Nathan. I'm a development manager here at Transportation Alternatives, and really excited to learn with you all today. And what I'm going to show you is how to use the deep research function in both ChatGPT, Gemini. I believe Claude has a similar program as well. Um, first off, just to know where it is, can everybody see this screenshot that I've taken here? Wonderful. So it's very simple to activate the deep research function. It's just that little plus symbol over on the left side of your chat window, and it's a drop-down menu, and you can activate the deep research function. The example I'm going to use is a project that I do annually where I have to produce a short film to be shown at our benefit. And this short film usually will demonstrate the milestones and highlights of a particular honoree that we're going to be honoring at the benefit. Um, and it's about 3 minutes long. It involves a number of different, interviews that we have to conduct and a number of different video clips that we have to produce. In this case, I'll show you the open prompt here I have. But we were doing a video on the president and CEO of the Economic Development Corporation. And I was given a list of four projects that this individual had worked on, but I'm no expert. I'm a development officer. And even if I were to poll everybody on my team, I don't think I could get a complete research picture of the ways in which this former head of the EDC interacted with our organization and how our areas of advocacy and their work align. So what I want to do is to produce a research report that will drill down on a reading list of things that I can read to learn about the ways in which EDC has worked on walking, biking, and public transit projects. That's our sort of scope, and ways in which I can ask this person questions about that. So when using the deep research function, I'm going to ask it, first I'm going to tell it who I am. So I'm going to say, I'm a fundraising professional. I'm conducting a video interview with this person. It's being produced by my organization, and it's going to cover these topics. And all of that context is very important because it allows the model to return a tailored report to my specific use case rather than a generalized report that will, maybe provide information that I don't need. I'm adding that context. I'm going to tell it how long the video is going to be, what it's going to focus on, and I want to then give it some very specific constraints. So I'm going to tell it that I want it only to focus on these things. I want it to give me an outline of some interview questions that I can adapt, and I want a list of all of the statements on the record. So I'll start this, but if you all know anything about the deep research function, you know it takes somewhere in the range of about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. So it's going to take a long time. I'll start it, but I already have the research report returned to me here. And this is, sometimes it will ask you additional context questions, but it's not the case this time. So we can see this final report here, and you can see that it's well sourced in all of the news articles in which EDC has statements on the record, things that I can research about the East Midtown Greenway, and a narrative that I can start to develop a list of interview questions based on all of this information that I'm getting. So I'll scroll down here. You can see that I have statements on the record that I can ask Andrew about. I have some, press releases that I can work with, and then some sample interview questions. And of course, I don't want to use these questions verbatim. An interview is a live interaction thing. I want to be able to react in the moment and ask him questions about the things that he's telling me and not just focus on a script. But it's a really great place to start a brainstorm. And I think this also has broad applicability to, say, if you wanted to develop a plan for applying for a grant or developing a plan to issue your first survey. It really can provide an enormous amount of context that can help you make smart, informed decisions on what direction you want to take. And I think it's especially helpful when you give it a choice that you're trying to make. So if you're trying to decide between two directions on a project or two pieces of software, it can really drill down on the pros and cons and help you, come to an informed decision. And the other great thing is that this just opens a context window. So I can iterate on that initial set of questions. I can, for example, I wanted to generate a list of all of the video clips in which this person appeared. I received that at the bottom here, and I can reach out to those sources for B-roll if they give me permission to use that B-roll to incorporate it into the video. So that's it from me.